What's up, y'all? So this is kind of like a spin-off to yesterday's video about Noble Correctional, but it's not a part of the 30-part series on all Ohio prisons. It was hard to decide what picture to use on that video because I had this one inside of one of the dorms on 3rd Street. I had the photo taken right in the middle of the yard facing B1 and C1, and then or B house and C house, and then I had the video of the aerial view. I had to use the aerial view so that I could explain to y'all the things I needed to explain about the facility. At the very last part, I started explaining some things, story times, but I ran out of time. So if you want to see the rest, that video is only a couple over from this one. Part 2, Noble Correctional, 2 out of 30, like I said, so I got 28 to go. I'm gonna do all 27 adult facilities and 3 juvenile facilities. So more backstory is over there. But like I was saying, we had a situation going on with the Rough Riders, and that's double R's. It used to be the Rough Riders, and now it's called Real Riders. It's a somewhat smaller gang from Zanesville, and they're more known in all the southern facilities. One thing I will say about them, because I had a falling out with them. So after a while, it came to the point, because of all the shit we had going on, beefing with them, after our lineup and all kind of other stuff, I started feeling like I disliked them, like they were my ops. But now that I've been home 18 months, I'm starting to slowly look at things different and grow out of things. I don't care as much. But back then, if I knew that people was a part of that, I immediately didn't like them. They had paid multiple people on the compound who was hitters. They would take a cash app, they would take some type of substances to crash out on different people, pretty much saying like any of the people that was a part of our organization, if they crashed them out, they would get paid to do it. And it happened like 5 times in one day. I just so happened to be one of them, but we didn't get crashed out. We had a situation, I'm about to explain it, but we didn't go to the hole, because you know what I'm saying, crashing out means you do something in an area where you shouldn't, whether that be in the block, right in front of the COs on the yard, in the rec hall, in the chow hall, and you're not being discreet about it. Like a planned, sanctioned fight is in the bathroom, in a blind spot somewhere, in a cell, whatever. But in an open dorm, you ain't got a cell. So I'm going to put the other photo in these comments, so go check that out. You'll see the side of the buildings for the upper dorms have this staircase. And I was coming out. I had just put my shoes on and tied them tight, and I had my guard up because we were told, everybody was told, watch each other's back, keep your head on a swivel. There's a bunch of shit going on right now. And as soon as I come out, it wasn't even like maybe 5 to 7 seconds. I was messing with my JP player, and I let dude catch me slipping. I was on my tablet at the top of the steps. I just got, all geared up, and I was going to hit the yard and link up with everybody. And by the time I went like this, I seen kind of out the corner of my eye some quick movement, and dude stole on me. But he did catch me, but he ain't catch me with like a clean shot. He skipped me right here, went past me, and we ended up rappelling, but we fell down the steps to the second landing, because there's a landing and then it goes down further. It's a long staircase, but we landed on that second landing, and we were rolling around trying to get up to our feet, hitting each other all over in the body to face. But as that was going on, somebody yelled, 12, 12, 12, break it up. So we both went our separate ways. The CO comes up. He was suspicious, knowing something was going on. He's standing there looking at everybody. Everybody's just standing around looking at him like, what the fuck you want? And he's like, what was just going on over here? And then somebody yelled, fuck 12, get the fuck out of here. Mind your own business. And he walked off. So I ended up going and looking for dude. He was a lifer. He was like a short, stocky dude, bald head. He had tattoos right here. It was looking like a beard, kind of. I couldn't find him. Everybody said he was in the 40 and over rec hall. And the one dude made a joke like, yeah, of course he would do some shit like that and go running in there, knowing half of our guys wasn't allowed in there. Maybe a few. There might have been like 2 or 3 that were of that age. Majority of us was like 30 and below. So I sent dude in there, right? But I was pissed, and everybody went and got weapons because everybody knew some shit was going on. So we all had our shirts either tucked over our pants with a lock or you know what stashed right there, and the shirt would kind of hang over it, or we would hold them in our hands with our shirt wrapped around our hand, kind of not so suspicious, but like you're carrying it. Another way people would do it in the winter is take a net bag, tie a lock to the end of it, cut a hole where your wrist will fit through it, and then you take the lock and set it on your wrist, wrap a rubber band around it, put your thermal on or your coat on or whatever, and you're literally walking around like this with your hands free. If some shit happens and you swing your hand, the weight of the lock will yank out. You know, it'll break free from the rubber band. It'll dangle. And then you make it however long you want. The net bag, you cut a piece of it, a pair of pants, whatever. This long, however much reach you want. So what ends up happening, you have this net bag or pants that's not going to rip, strapped to your wrist. So they go in there and get dude, and they're telling him, hey, he wants to holler at you. And it was me standing there, and some of my people was on the other side of the fence thing to not make them so nervous. It was like a fence like this tall, easily to hop over. You're obviously not supposed to. You got to walk around because there was like a pit, and they all stayed off back to the side. And when he came out, I told him like, hey, that was some bitch ass shit you did. He's like, hey, it was just business, bro. And everybody else was like letting him know what it was. Like, fuck that, you know, we'll crash you out right here and shit. Don't nobody want to go to the hole for shit like that, but you still got to acknowledge it. So I called him out. I'm like, well, hey, get in the room, you know, get in the dorm. We're going to go in the bathroom because I can't go in the rec, because he kept saying I'm going to finish this rec and all this goofy shit, knowing I can't come in there. And it ended up being that he kept saying like, oh, I just got paid to do that. And he's like, oh, I ain't even worried about that. And I'll squash it right now and all this different shit. And then towards the end, he started saying, man, if anyone lays a finger on me, bro, I'm getting my hawk. And for anybody who don't know, a hawk is like a big ass thing. So because I acknowledged him and called him for work, you know, one-on-one, and our guys seen that, they was like, for now, let it ride because we got enough shit going on with the double R's as it is. He's a bitch because I called him a bitch. I told him, you know, you're a fucking bitch. Your mom this, your dad that, your grandma this. Like just dogging him, trying to get under his skin. And he still wouldn't budge. He was just a dope fiend and he wanted to get high. Story time number 2 was when I was talking about the other time that we wasn't beefing with the double R. And they came running in and try to jump these, it was like 8 of them on like 3 of them or something. Or maybe like 7 on 3 or something, I don't know, but they had them outnumbered, and they come running in there, and they crashed out C2, and it was like the biggest rumble I still ever seen to this day in all my days of prison. They crashed that whole back area. They came back there like this right here. You see how big the area is? This is one of the streets with racks on each side. They took up this whole walkway. People just fighting, throwing shit at each other. All these racks were 5-10 feet away from where they're supposed to be. That shit was insane. They all got rolled out to level 3s. A real quick story time would be the time that I got slammed here by this short dude. I can't remember his name. He was a tattoo artist. And he kept spinning me and spinning me and spinning me. He only did half of my work, but he was all strung out. So he owed like everybody money in the block, but everybody else was cool with letting him spin him. I wasn't, and I got mad. So I pulled up and told him, you give me my money back. He's like, we already started the tattoo. I'm like, all right, well, come on, let's go to your rack and do the tattoo. He kept saying dumb shit, whatever, running his mouth. So I popped him. Boom, I hit him right in his jaw. But as soon as I did, he locked up with me and somehow hip tossed me. Like, he put his foot behind me and he did one of these. Boom. And as soon as I hit the ground, my homie Mike Page, that I talked about before, my mixed dude from Youngstown, he's doing life, but he got a possible parole. He ran up and shoulder checked dude. Boom. As soon as he shoulder checked him, he fell back. And he like went to kick him in the face, but he like guarded up like this and crawled away. And when he jumped up, someone said the COs was getting up from the desk. So we all sat down and started watching TV. And the dude was like, man, that's some bitch ass shit. Y'all try to jump me. Wouldn't you know, like, not even 10 minutes later, dude came straight to my rack, gave me my full amount of money back. So I got half the work done and got my money back because he seen we wasn't playing about that shit. Real quick, this is shoes, a TV rack, a fan on the ground, somebody taking a full-blown nap, and them are the blue blankets they sell on commissary. But all right, this got to end, y'all. Till the next one.